The balance and unbalanced force you can see from a table. All right, here I'll be explaining you in a gist, you will get it all though. Okay, and then you read this line one by one. Now if there is a mass, okay, there is something kept in a table, okay, and you and your friend are applying a force from the opposite direction. That means you are in the opposite direction, you are applying force in this direction, okay, and you are pulling, another of your friend is pulling from this direction. Okay, you think this is a this is a object, okay, which is connected with the string. All right, and you are pulling the string on both the side. Then what happens? Okay, where will this string, where will this object move? Okay, this object will not move, because see, you and your friend are applying the force of the same magnitude, okay, of the equal magnitude, then this spring will not move. Okay, that is known as balanced force. Okay, balanced force is a force in which both the applied force, okay, both the opposite force applied on an object, okay, is equal in magnitude. All right, got that? When for example, you are holding, you are pulling something, and I am also, you take the example of this whole table. If you are also pulling the table from this side and I am pulling it from this side, okay, will this table move? No, because the force you are applying and the force I am applying will balance each other, and the object resultant, what happens, the object will not move. Right? What is unbalanced force is, see, for example, I am also pulling the table, okay, and you are also pulling the table, but what is the difference is I am pulling with it with a greater force. Okay, because what happens is the mass of my body is more than yours. Okay, that means the force which I will be applying will be more than yours. Okay, in that case, what happens, the table will move towards my side, isn't it? That is the example of the unbalanced force. Okay, when the magnitude of both the opposite force, okay, is different. All right, when the magnitude of the uh, opposite forces, okay, applied on the object is different, in the such kind of force is known as unbalanced force. Okay, when the magnitude of the applied forces on the object from both the side is same, then such force is known as balanced force. Okay, now you see next example. Okay, and one more type of force comes to the play out here is frictional force. I hope you studied the friction in the last classes of yours. Okay, in class 7 or 8. Okay, frictional force is the force which is caused by the surface. Okay, for example, you are walking on a road, what is causing the movement of yours? That is the frictional force. Okay, if can you walk on a slide? No, you will be sliding, isn't it? You, why can't you walk on slide, but why can you walk on a road? Because there is frictional force acting on you. Okay, in road, the frictional force of road is more. That is why what is happening, our force and the force of road is balancing each other, and so we are able to walk. Okay, but in case of slides, why can't we walk in a slide? Because the frictional force given by the slide, okay, provided by the slide is very less. So the force applied by us and the force applied by slide, okay, does not balance each other, because of which we tend to slide. Okay, we can't walk out there. Here also is the same case. Okay, there is always a friction acting. Okay, see, if you are applying force in this side, frictional force is always acting in opposite direction. That is the nature of frictional force. Always there is a force acting on the opposite direction whenever we are walking, cycling, or going to any place. Okay, there is a frictional force acting. Without frictional force we can't walk. Okay, and if there is excess of frictional force also, then we can't walk. There should be a certain limit. For example, I am giving you the best example. See, when the road, okay, when the road of Bipara was not so well, okay, there was a pit holes everywhere. At that time, could you walk? No, we used to walk least, right? So least people used to walk, they were all using rickshaws, right? But when the road is like fine, when the road is good, okay, then what is happening, the people, they walk by the road. Why is this? Because when the road is not in the good condition, it will be difficult for us to walk. Why is that? Because road will, the force provided by road will be more than force provided by us, okay. In that case, we will not be able to walk, all right. And in case of slide, the force provided by us is more than the force provided by the surface, isn't it? So in that case also we cannot walk. But in case of when the road is normal, then what happens, the force provided by us and the force provided by the frictional force provided by road, it somewhat matches, okay, and then we can walk properly. Now you see here, the force applied by us is going in one direction and the frictional force is coming in the is going to the opposite direction. Now see, whenever you are pushing a cupboard, okay, you are just trying to change the place of the cupboard at in your home, then what happens is you are not able to move the cupboard in first case, isn't it? And in the second case also, see, you are in second case also you are not able to move the cupboard. Why is this? Because as you increase your force, frictional force also tend to increase itself and balance your force, okay. You see here, you were applying less force, frictional force was also less. Here you are applying more force, frictional force is also increasing, okay. But in the last case, what is happening, see, you are pushing it with a more vigor, okay, and your force is exceeding the frictional force, okay. So now the cupboard will move. That means this arrow means the cupboard has moved now, because you are providing such a excess force that you are overcoming the frictional force, okay. One more thing is, in the smooth road which I told you, okay, there should also be the, I told you there should be the equal force, but not that equal that both that the body cannot walk, okay. Always our force should exceed the force provided by the road in some extent, only then we can walk, all right. See here, equal force, no body, no net movement. Here also equal force, no net movement, the force slightly changed, there is a movement. That is why, see, when we are moving an object for the first time, it doesn't move, again we are moving it, it doesn't move, but again we apply a more force and then we move the object, at that time only it moved, because we have overcome the balance forces, isn't it? And we have now come to the unbalanced forces. Only when there is an unbalanced force, then only a object can move. Till when until the force is in a balanced mode, the body will not be moving. Here the force is unbalanced, so the body is moving, okay.